Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Wispin here, and welcome back to another video here on the Pokecentral Network, episode number 63. If you guys do want to join me here on my server, the IP is pokecentral.org, and you can find all of the links you need to download and install Pixelmon in the description. So go ahead and check that out. There's actually a tutorial down there as well, and I accidentally just punched this log out of the item frame. Okay, so today there's actually a couple of different things I want to do. I want to show you the progress over in the secret base layer because I've actually done quite a few cool little things there, and I also want to start looking into completing all of these clue scrolls. So right now we're sitting at 8 different clue scrolls. We have a few rare, 1 common, which should be really easy, and then a bunch of epic. And we made some changes to the spawning mechanics here on the server so that certain Pokemon that rarely ever appeared are a little more common now, which makes these scrolls slightly easier to complete. So I'm hoping that maybe we'll actually be able to make some progress on them now, because in the past you had to sit there for a couple of hours to get like 1 Pokemon, and that's just not really any fun. But let's head on down here. Now, actually, I added that wheat there just to take a screenshot for one of the thumbnails of the videos, but I kind of like the way that wheat looks just kind of growing there. I might do something with that later on. I don't really like that it's all flat, but if we added like some hills with wheat growing, that would look kind of cool. I've actually seen some different builds with stuff like that before, and it does look really good. But moving along down into the secret layer, I have not completed everything, but as you can see, quite a bit of progress here. And all of the lava's filled in. We have actually a couple of different areas where the lava's kind of raised up a few layers, and I think that looks really, really cool, the way that it's kind of just built in and raised up to the wall. And we actually have another one over here that's a little bit smaller. I don't know. I think this looks great. I think it looks really cool. And I know there's still some more detail to be added. I also noticed there's a W in the wall there that was completely on accident, but Wispin, you know? W. It works. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I definitely see it there. Maybe we'll like replace the backside wall with something else so that it stands out a little bit more, because it is kind of cool. Now, here is where I want to go ahead and work on something in the secret base today. I want to get rid of the dirt wall. So everything is completely boxed in, and we should be able to just tear down the dirt, have it all flood back in, and it'll look a little bit better. And then this wall here, this window, will be right up against the water. So that's the plan. We're going to go ahead and try to figure that out today, and we're also going to look into all of these different scrolls because there's a ton of different Pokemon that we need to try to find. So I've gone ahead and I made sure that there was absolutely no dirt seen on the inside, which should mean that's completely blocked off from the outside, so no water should be able to slip in. So now we just got to go through here and dig all this out. Now, there's a couple of problems. Number one is digging underwater. I think is going to take a while, so you might need to try to get like Aqua Affinity, which I believe allows you to actually dig underwater. We probably should also go get our Water Stone Armor, since that'll help out a lot. So I think I'll do that, because I don't think there's really any other way to do it. We're not going to be able to get the bottom blocks from down below. So we'll just clear out this top layer. We'll get our armor on and maybe even go to enchanting, although I only have 23 levels. I don't know where all my experience went. I don't think I've ever died, so I don't know why I'm only at 23 levels. I should be quite a bit higher since I never really enchant anything. Actually, I think this will be fine. We don't really need to worry about enchants. You mine pretty fast when you have this armor on and when you're under the water and you're just standing on a block. It's kind of like when you're floating, it starts to go really slow, but as long as you're standing on a block, it should be fine. And I hope all of this water fills itself back in once we finish digging everything out. All right, it does seem like it's kind of starting to fill back in as I destroy these walls, so we'll see how things go once we get a little bit further along here. Now, even if it doesn't fill back in, it should be fairly easy since water blocks do kind of replenish themselves with the infinity water block sources, unlike lava, which is just a complete pain to work with. Alright, so most of the dirt is all dug up, at least on this front half here, so let's grab ourselves a couple of buckets and see if we can fix this water situation. It's a bit of a mess down there. Alright guys, and it looks like we're getting pretty close here. I've just kind of been filling in one spot at a time, and it slowly starts to fill up the area, and we're getting pretty close here, I think. So we should be able to go on the inside, look at it, and see what it looks like. I don't really think it's going to be like a crazy cool view just because it's going to be kind of dark in the water here, but hopefully it looks okay. I think that might be the last of it. So Is it all smooth? Now over there, we still have a big problem that we have to deal with, but we'll figure that out a little bit later on. For now, let's just go ahead and actually seems to be filling in pretty easily compared to the other area that I just did. I don't know. We'll fill in this whole border here and then see how it looks. It might just fill itself back in, but I really don't know. There's not as much in the way over here. Over there was a lot of logs, and there was a boat and all kinds of stuff in the way. But yeah, it looks like this spot not quite gonna fill itself. That was close. It was close, not quite there, but there we go. So that is the window that we're looking at. Yeah, let's go look at it from the inside and see what it looks like. Yeah, that is pretty cool, actually. You can barely even tell that it's water. It's more like black than it is watercolor. But maybe if we had a couple of lights, it'll look slightly better. And for now, it does look pretty cool. Now, I think we're going to have to move all of these poles along here all the way down to the ocean level now that we can see underwater, because it just looks a little bit weird with them floating there. But other than that, it's a pretty cool view, and it kind of adds to the whole place here. I like that. So yeah, all that's left to do really is to expand this whole section a little bit more. We got to do these back walls here. But other than that, also expand the roof. I'm going to kind of do things like this with the roof so that it looks a little more detailed. And then once we're done with all of that, we should be good to go. We should be completely done with this entire base. And then we need to figure out how to get ourselves a Mew so we can make use of that Mew cloning machine. But for now, I think we're going to go ahead and leave the base here and move on to trying to find some of the Pokemon on these lists. Oh, and also I want to say thank you to whoever brought all of this lava. I used a bunch of it, and there's still a ton more in here. You can see all of the hoppers are actually completely filled to the brim with lava. So, looks like, yeah, even all the way back to here. So there's quite a few more buckets in there. So thank you to whoever brought it. I did make use of quite a lot of it, but there was just way too much. So, thank you. A lot of people must have brought. I think multiple people must have dropped some off because there's just way. Look, it already filled all the way back up. But hey, the good news is if we ever need to smelt anything, we have some lava to do it with. So we don't really have to worry about getting any more fuel for pretty much the rest of the series. Just because that's a lot of lava. I think every bucket smelts like just over a stack of items, which is kind of crazy. I've actually really been enjoying playing just vanilla Minecraft on the side. It's actually pretty fun. 1.13. I haven't played vanilla Minecraft in years, so it's kind of cool to jump back into things. And I was wondering if you guys would be interested in seeing that kind of a thing here on the channel. Now, I know I've pretty much only uploaded exclusively Pixelmon content, but would you guys be interested in seeing maybe a vanilla series here on the channel? I want to go ahead and say, even if I did start to upload these sorts of videos, it would be like once a week, twice a week's top, and everything else would remain Pixelmon as it is. So it would just be like the occasional video, and I think you guys would be okay with that. I think it could be pretty cool. Alright, so back into the GTS. I want to see if there's any sort of clue scrolls in here. Completed epic scroll. 350k though, that's a little bit much for an epic scroll. You're never really going to make that much money back. Completely uncompleted, 225, 350 for another completed one. Who knows, maybe people are buying these. I generally would not really pay more than like 5k for a common, maybe 50k for an uncommon, 100k for an epic, but I don't know. All of these, yeah, they're just a little bit too pricey. Just a little bit too pricey, maybe like half off, and then I'd consider it. But let's go ahead and take a look at all of these. So what I want to do is make a list, basically, of all of the different overlapping challenges between the scrolls. And that way we can figure out what exactly we need to do to complete the most amount of challenges as quickly as possible. Now, I see like Crocoroke's on here a few times. Rhydon, Snowrunt, seeing those on here. Gligar's on here a few times. So really we just need to pick one and go with it and just slowly work our way through the list. I don't know if I want to... I think, you know what? Let's just do the rare scrolls today, and we'll save the rest for another time, because focusing on two separate types, epic and rare, or epic, common, and rare, it gets a little bit too complicated because none of the challenges really overlap between the different tiers of scrolls. But if we just go ahead and focus on these 3 rare scrolls, we might be able to make some pretty good progress. So each of them have, I believe, 7 challenges, and some might overlap. So I went ahead and I made a list of every individual clue. Now, if there was overlap, I went ahead and just added it once rather than twice, but unfortunately, not that much overlap. There was actually 19 unique clues out of the 21 possible. So only 2 are the same between multiple scrolls. Not that great. But now that we have this list here, which I should be showing up on the screen, it might be a little bit easier to go through and just knock things off as quickly as possible. We don't really have to check back with the scrolls. All we have to do is look at our list, and we can figure things out from there. So, actually, I think we got a little bit lucky. Now, we still have to defeat a lot of Pokemon, but we only have 8 Pokemon that we need to catch. 4 Scyther, 4 Cacnea. So that shouldn't be too hard. And then the defeating might be a little bit more difficult, but the evolving and the releasing, we don't have to catch any of those Pokemon out in the wild if we don't want to. We can just ask people if we can buy them from their PC and then buy them off the GTS and move on with our lives. So that's nice. But the defeating, there's like 8 different defeat challenges. 7 or 6, I think. 6 different defeat challenges. Now, I should have caught that Tentacruel. I don't know why I killed it there, but that is okay. Let's go ahead and catch these things. So we need 4 of them. We need to release 3, and we need to evolve 1. So if we just catch 4, we'll be done, and we'll be good to go. Now, I have actually my chat turned off. Let me turn that back on and see. We captured 1. Is that really it? They all broke free? Okay. So I don't think the catch rate for Quick Balls actually works outside of battle. Let's go ahead and test that by jumping into battle first and then using 1, and hopefully that improves our rates a little bit. It would be nice if they worked outside of battle, but I guess it kind of makes sense that you need to get... it doesn't really. No, never mind. I was going to say it kind of makes sense, but really doesn't, because when you're catching outside of battle, you're not really like weakening the Pokemon in any way, so the Quick Ball should just work every time with a 5 times catch rate. But considering we got that one on the first try, considering I think we're going to get this one on the first try, I don't think the catch rate for Quick Balls works outside of... Yeah, it definitely does not seem to work outside of battle. One more, though. One more, and we're done with the Tentacruels already, apart from having to evolve one of these. And it broke free again. Okay, let's run from this battle. Let's restart things. Let's try this again. Let's just go straight with a Quick Ball. And this kind of does show Quick Balls are the best. If we catch this first try, I think I'm just going to drop Ultra Balls altogether, because the Quick Ball is just doing an amazing job. Like, look at that. Boom. I think we caught it. Yep, we captured it. Okay. Quick Balls are definitely the way to go. Now, I think there's something wrong with Wild Evolution. Oh, I think I know what it is. Okay, so is this Wingull level 24? Wingull evolves at level 24, right? Either 24 or 25. It seems like it actually evolved, yep, level 25. Okay. Interesting. I'm not entirely sure why the Tentacruels are level 30 instead of 29, considering they evolve at level 30, but it seems like we have the system on the server where wild Pokemon are leveled up based on the highest level in your party. So because we have a level 100 in our party, then all of the wild Pokemon that we find are going to be the highest level they can possibly be. And what that is for most Pokemon is going to be the level that they evolve or the level before they evolve. Not sure why there's a difference there, but that's why we're getting a lot of Pokemon that are right on the edge. It's because we're using a level 100. Hopefully that makes sense. And I guess they can't be above the level they evolve, otherwise they'd be evolved. Although the Tentacruel kind of breaks that rule, so I don't really know. But here we go, evolving this guy, and then that should complete all of our Tentacruel challenges, which brings us up to, I think, 17 more challenges to go. All right, so I did a little bit of shopping here, and we have every single Pokemon that we need to release, and that should complete, I think, 4 or 5 more challenges here. So let's just get rid of all of these guys. We got our Arons, our Drillburs, our Corefishes, our Pansage, and our Panseer. And I think that should be it for every single one of the release challenges on here. So yes, yes, and yes. So we've actually completed, I think, 9 out of 21 of the challenges, leaving us with 10. We've completed 10 out of 21 because we have 11 left. So we need to catch 4 Cacnea, catch 4 Scyther, defeat Drillbur, Corphish, Pidgeotto, Snover, Aron, and Celio, and then evolve a Snover, Scyther, Vibrava, and Haunter. I think we'll go ahead and do the evolving challenges next because those ones don't require us to actually go out into the wild at all. And then we'll move on to the final catch and defeat challenges and see if we can manage to get those all completed. And there we go. So all I had to do was ask in chat. I said that I would buy... where's the message? Buying Snover, Scyther, Vibrava, and Haunter for 10k each. We got ourselves a Vibrava, a Scyther, and a Haunter so far. Doesn't look like anyone really has any Snovers for some reason, so we might have to pass on that and actually just go out into the wild and try to catch one. But we have at least 3 of the 4 Pokemon that we actually need. But we need 2 Snovers, so technically 3 of the 5. And we actually got one of the 2 Snovers that we need, so I don't think we're going to see any other listings. I'll go ahead and say just need one more Snover now. Thank you, thank you. And then we'll go ahead and turn off our chat because sometimes it gets a little distracting there. And if anyone posts it, we won't actually know. I'll just check the GTS every few seconds and see if anyone lists one. But let's go ahead and focus on getting all of these guys evolved. So I'm thinking Vibrava probably evolves somewhere around level 45. If I remember correctly, we can look that up. And then we'll actually just go ahead and do all of them. Now, I know Scyther needs that held item. Haunter actually needs just Trade Evolve. Doesn't matter about the item. And then Snover evolves probably at a pretty high level. So it looks like, yep, Flygon level 45, Obama Snow, or Snover level 40, Gengar trading, and Scyther is trading with a metal coat. So a lot of this should be pretty easy. Nobody's really posted any more Snovers. Oh, yep, somebody did. Somebody did post another one. Is it here? Yes, it is. There we go. Got all of the Pokemon we need. So we need to get our Snovers up 2 levels, our Vibrava up 5 levels, or sorry, we need to get our Snovers up 5 levels, our Vibrava up 5 levels, and then our Scyther and Haunter, we just need to trade sim, which is super easy. So we'll warp on over to the shop, and we'll grab ourselves a metal coat from in here. Evo items, metal coat. There we go. And if we just go ahead and do trade sim 3, that should evolve our Scyther. We can do the same command with our Haunter, and then for the other 3 Pokemon, the 2 Snovers and the Flygon, I guess we can just use 15 rare candies. Kind of a big investment, but what else are we really going to use the candies on? We might as well. So that's 1 Pokemon down. And then if we do trade sim 4, that should get our Haunter as well. 2 down, 3 to go. Let's go ahead and do Vibrava first here. Just get them out of the way. And then 1 more rare candy. 1 more rare candy. There we go. And now it's evolving into a Flygon. And then we just have the 2 Snovers. Done with the evolution. And then we have to go out into the wild and start actually finding some Pokemon. Alright, there's Snover number 1. And here goes Snover number 2. So that cost us in total like 50,000 coins. Probably not really worth it, but saved a little bit of time, so worth it to me. Now, I'm actually going to hang on to these guys. I'm just going to throw them back in our PC in case we ever need them for something else. But I think we should be pretty much done with them. We're not really going to need to use them. We already have a really good Scizor, I think, right? Did I ever do How to Train? Oh, maybe I didn't. I guess I never did How to Train Your Scizor. For some reason, I was thinking I did, but I guess not. Okay, well, that gets us pretty close to completing quite a few of these. We just need to catch 4 Scyther, catch 4 Cacnea. We also need to actually defeat Drillbur, Corphish, Pidgeotto, Snover, Aron, and Celio. So I don't know where I really want to start with that. I guess I'll just jump in, see which ones spawn at night, and we'll go ahead and try to start finding these guys out in the wild. Alright, so our actual first Pokemon we came across was a wild Aron here. We need to defeat 4 of these guys, but I don't know. I was on my island looking for Corphish, which I thought was a pretty common Pokemon. For some reason, they don't seem to be spawning in too much. Now, oh, why? Keep clicking the wrong move. Okay, really need to start paying attention to that. I just generally, when I'm fighting a Pokemon that I don't really have a concern is going to kill me, I don't pay attention to the moves I collect, so I was just clicking one. But no, poison type move, not going to work against a steel type Pokemon. Is there any other Aron spawn in, though? I don't see any. Okay. We might have to go ahead and try to find another location. Oh, Drillbur, right? We need to defeat 4 of these guys. Okay, that works. Awesome. So now we know that Drillbur and Aron both spawn here in this biome, and I think they spawn during any time, although Drillbur might be night only. I know Aron is any time. And here's a Cacnea. Okay, so this is actually going to be one of the Pokemon that we need to catch. So let's go with a quick ball. Hopefully we can catch it first try. And that brings our total of Pokemon we still need to catch down to 7, which is 4 Scythers and 3 more Cacnea. Both of these Pokemon kind of rare. I don't think they're very common. Now, I think Cacnea is slightly more common than a Scyther, but even so, I just don't really ever see them spawning in the wild, so we might have some trouble there. I need actually just 1 more Aron. I found a couple more after I stopped recording a couple of minutes ago. And then 3 more Drillburs here. Alright guys, so I actually was just recording for about 30 minutes and I had my microphone muted. I don't even know how it got muted, but there was no sound for about 30 minutes of video, which isn't good for YouTube. So I'll go ahead and show you all of the progress that I made during that time. Unfortunately, this video is not going to be as long as originally planned. It was originally going to be probably like 35 minutes, but now it's going to be like 20, maybe 25 tops. So basically what we've done, I've caught a couple of Scyther. I actually caught all of the Cacnea we needed, I think. So we're down to 4 challenges. We have catch 2 more Scyther. We have catch or defeat 4 wild Corphish, which I'll talk about here in a minute. And then we have defeat 5 wild Snover and defeat 4 wild Celio, which kind of goes along with the Corphish. So with the Corphish and the Celio, I'm just not seeing them. I don't know what's up. Their rarity is set to a reasonable level. They spawn during any time of day, night, dawn, or dusk, and they spawn in biomes that we've visited many, many times. They actually, at least the Corphish, should be spawning on the island. So what I wanted to ask you guys, because in total, you guys play on the server a whole lot more than me. If you add up all of your playtime versus just my playtime, have you seen Celio or Corphish spawning in the wild recently? Because I can't manage to find these guys, and without being able to find them, that's 2 of the clue scrolls that we cannot complete. And then the Scyther one we can complete, but it's just a pretty rare Pokemon. It only spawns during day, dawn, and dusk, and it has a pretty low rarity, so we're not really going to be able to find them too often. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about those 2 Pokemon, because, like I said, Corphish should spawn here. I don't know what's wrong. There is no Corphish. There hasn't been a Corphish for about 10 Minecraft days of me just sitting here and watching. And then if we go ahead and warp on over to the Safari Zone, the same thing can be said with Celio. I've gone over to the ice, the Frozen River biome, which is where they spawn. They spawn at any point in time, and they have a reasonable rarity. They're just not appearing. So I don't know, it's odd. Let me know if you guys have been able to find them. Maybe I'm just super unlucky, but it seems like they don't want to spawn in. I'm seeing Dugongs, I'm seeing Magnemites, I'm seeing more Piplups and Prinplups than I am seeing all of the Celios and whatnot. So I don't know. Looks like we're going to have to hold off on actually completing these clue scrolls until tomorrow's episode. So if you guys do want to actually see me open these up and get the rewards, stay tuned for that. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.